Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
Pushing 5 to play in the third. Kobe. Crawford. Hogan. Bring it on, Kobe, baby.
You are now tuned into the chat room. Your favorite baller's favorite podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Chatroom Podcast. This is episode 18, and with me today I got Dewayne.
Hold on.
Got MJ.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
Got Essay.
Yo, what it do?
Got Coach Francis.
What it do?
We got Joseph in the building.
What's up?
Gentlemen, normally I would start off by asking you guys how you guys are doing, but I heard MJ's story in pre-production, so we're not going to talk about that on the podcast. But let's start off by just saying, how do you guys feel? Like, are you 2020 is it's almost November. Like, the year is going by pretty quickly. How do you guys feel?
Exhausted, man. Straight up exhausted with everything that's going on.
October did fly by.
Yeah.
Definitely
flew by, man.
No.
October definitely flew by.
Definitely.
The whole fall season flew by, man. I forgot. Like August was last week. I forgot.
Y'all are lucky because in Calgary right now we got snow, like real snow.
Yeah,
I heard. I saw pictures of that. That looks wild. Like what?
It was a heavy week last week with snow.
Yeah, crazy. And like it's like minus like 12 and shit outside.
Jeez, you guys already negative?
Already in negative.
My God,
that's crazy.
Crazy.
I heard you guys are supposed to get like 10 to 15 centimeters, something like that.
Yeah,
that was
over the weekend.
Friday,
weekend.
Saturday. So
Saturday,
it's done. It's done now. Like it's sunny outside right now,
Okay.
and it's like -5, but it's still minus. So
Yeah, exactly.
In
So-
October. That's crazy.
But
That's
I
nuts.
always tell people all the time, we actually did pretty good this year because normally it would happen in September. Our first snowfall, like we get one major snowfall in September, and then it goes back to being like sunny. We
Damn.
didn't really get that. So
I
October,
don't feel bad for you guys. You guys chose this life.
Wow.
You're right.
Oh,
Wow.
damn,
You're right.
damn,
That's a fact.
damn.
It is.
I was gonna say something, but the audience wouldn't have known what I was talking about. Only people that would have known was Essay and Dewayne. So I'm gonna just hold my keep my comment to myself.
My bad, yo. My bad. My bad.
Tell them how you really feel, man. Jeez.
Well, Coach, I don't know if you know this, but there was a shocking revelation yesterday that MJ was shocked. He figured out why him and Dewayne don't get along that well.
What I missed?
He's gonna be shocked. He's gonna be shocked too.
Yo,
So MJ,
are you revealing this live on the pod? We're about to reveal
Wait,
this
why don't they get along?
why not?
I
Why
mean-
not? MJ just found out that Dewayne is Guyanese. So he's realized like that's the reason why they don't get along.
That's the source.
He's been keeping a secret from us this whole time.
Yo, it's never been a secret, man.
That explains why you
Never
say
been a
curry
secret.
chicken wrong, man.
It's never been
This
a
is
secret.
chicken curry. Yo, hold on.
It's
Yes.
never been a secret.
That was exposed?
That's
Man, I said chicken curry?
Yo, I literally didn't say anything. This guy just making stuff up, man.
I'll go to the pod chat room.
but yeah. So now that we understand why, we can start moving on peacefully. from now on.
It's 5 Jamaicans and 1 Guyanese guy?
That's wild.
But
What
let
is
them
it?
know.
Listen, all I know is
I
that
don't know.
later on in the show,
Represent.
when we put up names, fanfare's names are gonna be backwards.
Wow.
But go on, carry on.
Wow.
You guys are crazy. All right, let's jump in. Let's jump into the topics. All right. So first one, the Van Gundy brothers. So there was reports going around for the longest that Jeff Van Gundy was going to be hired for the Rockets. And over this past week, we found out that Stan Van Gundy got hired for the Pelicans, but Jeff still has not been hired yet. So my questions for you guys are, how well do you think Stan Van Gundy will do in New Orleans? And do you think that Jeff should get the Houston Rockets job?
I'm pretty biased. I kind of like Jeff Van Gundy as a announcer and commentator, so I don't want him to get any type of coaching job. But his last, I don't know, when he was with the Knicks, they did a pretty good job.
They were tough.
But like, I don't know, when was the last time he really coached?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he hasn't. No, but he coached. He coached somewhere else afterward. But
he did the Olympic stuff.
Right. But Stan Van Gundy, he's a good coach. He's good with bigs, but like I don't know how well he's gonna be with the Pelicans. If you're asking if I think they're gonna make the playoffs, I think they will, but I don't think it makes that big of a difference.
I mean, to me, neither of those coaches move any though. Like it wasn't the coach's fault who was there. Like Tony, he did make adjustments. Yes, that's true, but they went all like their roster didn't have adjustment space. Like it was all small, like small ball, spread the court shooting. So like they did what they usually do. So like I don't think that's on D'Antoni.
He stepped down though.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying like to me like the coaching is irrelevant. It has to be a roster change, you know. And like with New Orleans. I think they just used who was there? Gentry. They used him as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
And 100%. Because how could you tell the man, oh, you can't play Zion more than X amount of minutes, and then when they don't do well and the team is struggling because Zion is not doing well, and then you got all these fans who are saying, oh, play Zion, but it's not him that doesn't want to play Zion.
Yeah, exactly. He's the punching bag.
Yeah, as a doctor telling him, oh, that he can't play him, and then you're gonna fire him. Like that's silly to me. Like, give him a chance to actually like coach the youth to them and say, yo, like go do and then if he fails, okay, then get out of here. Yeah. But to give him a roster and then say, oh, you can't use your best player for more than X amount of minutes. That's telling the man that he has to fight friggin' Mike Tyson with one hand behind his back. That's crazy, you know. So that being said, like I think Pelicans will be okay because they're a talented team. They're a talented roster, but it's not the coaching to me, anyways. So same old Pelicans, same old Rockets.
I think Stan on the Pelicans. I think that was a good pickup for them. I think he'll be a good coach for that team. I mean, he's a veteran coach, 12 years as a coach. Before that, he had a 57 win percentage overall with Miami and the Orlando together. So I mean, he's a winning coach, and I think with that young roster, I think he's gonna give each one of those guys like kind of clear ideas of what they need to do, where they need to be, and how kind of like the process of how he wants this team to run. I think it'll be clear and concise, and I think these guys will buy in. So I think that's a good pickup for them. And with Jeff, I mean, I'm so used to him announcing, being one of the analysts now. Like it's hard. I mean, wasn't he with the Houston Rockets for 4 seasons? Yeah. I believe 2003, 2007, and then he got fired.
Yeah.
So I mean, they might bring him back because he's familiar with the staff. If it's some of the same staff behind the scenes that's still there. So I mean, they could possibly bring him back. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't work. I mean, he's got the experience as well, just like his brother. So I think they figure it out. They'd make it work. Regardless, they need a coach. So
I don't know, man. Being away from the hardwood for over 10 years, that like the league's changed. You know, the league's kind of evolved, and plus, you know, Jeff Van Gundy's been complaining about a lot. You know, like he's fired shots at the refs. He's fired shots at Sterling. He's fired shots at everybody. So I would be interested because it'd be interesting just to see what happens because of that, right? He was complaining about flopping. Now, how would he feel as a coach? And you know, Harden's flopping all over the place like a fish out of water. What's he gonna do? You know, like because he's been arguing against that, and now he has to accept that as part of the game, you know. So I think that would be interesting just to see how, because he's been commentating and criticizing the league, nitpicking a lot of stuff, how you would adjust to now new league, and just going against all the things that he's complained about, even using the things that he's complained about. And in terms of Stan Van Gundy, man, I still have beef with him ever since that finals run. When he takes out Alston, who's carried them through the playoffs, and puts in back Nielsen, and then drops. And in the one game they win, Alston is back in the lineup and he takes him back out again. I don't know. I just have a little PTSD.
But why? They weren't going to beat the Lakers regardless.
It does, but it is still a bad strategy. You put in Alston, they win their only game, and your response is take them back out. So what worked? We're not going to do that anymore in the NBA Finals.
I will say this. So two things. So in regards to Jeff missing 10 years and coming back in the league. So in football, that happened recently too with the Raiders. So like John Gruden missed 10 years, and like Raiders are doing pretty good right now. So it could happen. Like it's difficult, but it could happen because like, he's knowledgeable. Like he's been on the game for a long time. So like at the end of the day, basketball is basketball. Some things change here and there, like the intricacies change here and there. But at the end of the day, it's put the ball in the basket and stop the other team from scoring. And you can figure out a way how to do that, and then you can become successful. And as long as you're a hard worker, you can become successful. And the other thing is, I don't remember what podcast I was watching. I think it was I'm pretty sure it's All the Smoke, but Matt Barnes talks about this all the time, where he talks about Stan Van Gundy. So basically, when I guess they were like a really, really talented team, like the year I think after they lost to us in the finals, they're really talented, and they were playing Boston, and they beat Boston, I guess, four times out of 4 in the whole season. Like they destroyed them in the whole season. And then in the playoffs, Stan kind of went and changed the roster around, and he made like adjustments that didn't need to be. That he made adjustments before they need to be made, right?
Yeah.
And then Orlando ended up losing the series. And then Matt Barnes says all the time, he's like Stan is a great coach, but Matt Barnes feels like he's like afraid because
he panics a little bit.
Yeah, he panics and he overthinks things. Yeah. So like I'm not sure how he's gonna do with the roster, but like just hearing like players who have played for him before kind of have that critique of him, I'm not too positive about it. So
we just gotta see what happens.
Yeah.
Joseph, what's your thoughts?
I mean, hasn't it been a decade since they both coached? Because I know Stan Van Gundy got bounced out after Dwight left, no? Or was it before?
It was after.
No, it was after. A couple years.
Oh, okay. It's been like a significant amount.
Lakers won versus Orlando in 2009.
Yeah. And then Dwight didn't. I think Dwight left like 2 years after.
2 years later. So maybe 8 years or so.
Yeah.
About that.
One thing about him, I know he's really good at spacing. Like so that could help a team like New Orleans, because sometimes some of their games they're kind of like all bunched up, or everyone's like on one side, and it's just like kind of ugly basketball. But I feel like now, especially with someone like Lonzo running the point guard, and then you have someone like Ingram able to actually have space to work, and Zion space to work, I feel like he can make them, 1, exciting, and 2, somewhat competitive, whether they stay with his system or not, because his system's kind of, last time I saw it was like a lot of threes, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
I mean, honestly, it could work. Like just kind of piggyback off what you said. Like if you put Zion in the mid post area, so like free throw line, 15 feet range. If you put Zion there, and then you have JJ Redick, you have Brandon Ingram, you have Drew Holiday, and you have Lonzo on the perimeter, or maybe not Lonzo because he can't shoot for shit, but like you have like I don't know, like somebody else on the perimeter, Josh Hart on the perimeter, and you give what's his name, fucking Zion all the space in the middle. You give him all the space in the middle.
Yeah,
that's basically what Orlando did with Dwight, right? They had Dwight dominate inside and have them all shooters. So I could see that work. And it could be a similar recipe to what Houston was doing previously with Clint Capella.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They're gonna
Could kinda
score a
be the same
lot. I will say that New Orleans is gonna score a lot. I don't know if they're gonna be able to defend.
That's what I say. Who's gonna stop? You know,
But I will say this: he's good at masking kind of bad defenders. Because remember, he used to have Hidu Turkoglu.
Yeah, but he had Dwight.
No, I know. Besides like Dwight, like on the
Punching
perimeter,
everything at the rim.
they only had I think one like lockdown defender, the Michael Petrus.
Yeah,
and like
Petrus,
like he's good at kind of like he gets his team to at least buy into defense, even if they're not good defenders.
Honestly, as a coach, that's like if like for instance, like us at State this year, like we had a 7-footer Talik Ross, right?
Yeah,
and he changed the whole game for us defensively. Like we went from last year's like just outscoring teams that scored 120 to 100, beating teams that way, and then this year we're beating teams 89-70, 89-60, right? Because Talik is at the rim and he's punching everything. So now as defenders on the perimeter, you can afford to be so aggressive. So you can just run them off 3-point line. You can jump at 3-pointers, you can run them off 3-point line and force them into the big who's in the punch and contest everything. So like it makes the game very, very simple for your defenders. Like just all you gotta tell them is don't allow any threes.
Yeah.
Right. Don't allow no threes and you run them off the line, and like the hardest shot in the NBA, that's why everyone is kind of going away from it, is that mid-range jump shot. Mid-range, that contested mid-range is the hardest shot in the NBA, right? So to shoot that shot at a high percentage, like that's why Melo is kind of getting phased out of the game, and DeRozan is kind of getting phased out of the game a little bit. Like they're great players in the mid post, but the game has moved away from that. It's all analytics, it's threes and twos, and threes and layups, right? So that whole mid-range stuff, like as a coach, like I would love to have someone at the rim who just like that's why Lakers did really good this year, right? Because you got AD at the rim, and you just tell Danny Green, you tell Caruso, you tell all those guys, listen, don't allow any threes, run them off 3-point line, force them in AD, and then that changed the whole series, right? So,
MJ.
I just want to say that Stan Van Gundy, he coached the Pistons for like 4 years. I think like 2014, 2018.
In 2018, he got fired, and he was the president as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. But like he made the playoffs twice, but I think he got swept both times. I'm pretty sure with this thing.
Because that was right before Dwayne Casey got there, right?
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. He hasn't been out the NBA for too long, but he has a more talented team now for sure than he did.
Definitely.
When he had I think he did have Monroe and Drummond together at some point and got rid of Monroe first, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he coached that Pistons team?
I think so. I think he was.
Oh, that was 2018. So yeah, they were on that.
Poor guy, man. Yikes.
All right, so the NBA's hasn't confirmed the start date, but they're saying that they're looking to start it December 22nd or actually on Christmas Day. How is everyone feeling about that? That means it's only pretty much a 2.5 month break from the end of playoff to the start, which means free agency is going to be coming by quickly, draft quickly, like everything's going to start up quick. So how do you? And they're looking at a 72 game season. So thoughts on that?
I didn't I thought they were gonna start next year because like I thought we were gonna get like a summer league, kind of like a winter league thing later on, so we can actually see like there's gonna be no draft combine. I don't know. It's gonna be weird for like the rookies and stuff to get.
For sure, it'd be tough.
Like I don't know. Like right after the draft, when's the NBA draft? Did they announce that?
Usually it's like July.
I believe it's I don't know what's happening. The middle of November.
I think you're right about that. I think it's November something.
Because right now they're already working. They're working out the drafts right now, the rookies. So I think the draft was the middle of November last time I checked.
Okay, so yeah, it's just everything's on the fast track right now. But I'm excited for basketball to come back. That'll be a quick break, and then see that ring ceremony and stuff, for Christmas. That would be a great gift for all of us. But yeah.
Speak for yourself, sir. Speak for yourself.
For all of us, huh?
Actually, speak for Francis. Speak for Francis. That's gonna be the way to ruin my birthday. But yeah, everyone else? What do you guys think?
I mean, to me, it'll be good to have Ball back. At this point, we got to kind of get the season back on track, like having the playoffs and everything start like April, May, like usual. We got to get back on track. Like we got to get everything sorted. So it makes sense that you're doing it this way. And from what I've been reading, they're looking to cancel the All-Star break, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
that makes sense
So-
because All-Star game is just for fans, right? So
Exactly. That's for the fans and the excitement, and it doesn't really make sense. So I mean, yeah, you may as well just start it in Christmas. We'll have Christmas ball
that would be sick.
and
would
just
be
kind
good.
of get everything
Christmas Day start.
sorted.
Yeah,
I know.
That'd be tough. Like,
NBA did that once after the last lockout.
98, right?
But yeah, but I don't think it was
The most recent lockout, like
2013 or whatever.
yeah, when Shumpert was on the Knicks. That's the only reason I remember.
But I mean, like, I don't think it was 72 games. I think it was only like 50 something.
yeah,
it was a
So, like,
shorter
for that-
season.
yeah, it was a
For
short
them
season.
for them to squeeze 72 in and try to have the playoffs start in April again, it's gonna be, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of back-to-backs. I don't know how it's gonna work for them.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they structure this, because that's the real test. When the schedule comes out, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more the schedule and when the draft happens. I also heard they were thinking about MLK Day too,
Yeah, that was the original one. The original
there-
thought.
Yeah.
but they're also afraid of running into the Olympics. Should the Olympics
Yeah.
actually go on? I think they're projecting for June. So I don't know. I never feel comfortable about anything that's rushed. One of the part of the reason why the bubble was successful was like
Took 4 months.
it took time, it took planning. Now you're talking about the entire league, an entire season. As much as I love basketball, as much as it would feel weird as hell not to have basketball on Christmas, I'd rather them take their time because that can also cause injury. The rush, could also lead to more injuries. It could be
And the lack of break.
Exactly.
The lack
right?
of letting your body kind of relax and stuff,
Your body needs that, right? And
Well, they are still thinking. They are still thinking of having an All-Star break without the All-Star games. So they'll have a mid-season
2
break
weeks.
for a week or 2 weeks, and then getting back into it. So it's not like it's going to be 72 games straight. They will get like a break in between.
Okay. If it's planned properly and it's not like a mess, or it's kind of with everything considered, and has the CBA, have they talked to them about it yet? Like
Nothing's confirmed, right?
Nothing's confirmed, yeah.
Nothing's
Yeah.
confirmed.
or the CPA, the Players Association is also like, what do the players think about this too, right?
Right.
In terms of their career and their longevity and
Yeah.
what they need to get into the zone. But if we do have it, it'd be sick. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Might not be great for some of our relationships, but it'll still be it'll be entertaining at least.
For sure.
Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Christmas day would be actually good. So like that's exciting to me. I mean, I just want basketball to be back. I'm selfish. I'm tired of like going the whole week and not like getting to watch anything or having to freaking watch the Giants and freaking Eagles on Thursday night. Like I'm not trying to watch that shit.
Why you gotta go there, man? Like, leave my Eagles out of this.
Yo.
Nah, I mean, like, yeah, like I'm ready. I know basketball just finished, but like I'm ready for basketball to be back. So if they started tomorrow, I'll be happy selfishly. But I think the Christmas day is actually. Like I think you can get a sick buzz from that. You have like Lakers, Clippers, game one.
Lakers, Denver.
Yeah, like that'd be a better game. That'd be a better game. But like just the whole storyline behind everything. The Lakers,
Sure.
Lakers, Clippers, and
can I say
Brooklyn,
something
Golden
quickly
State. Those would be
about
two
the
sick games to have.
They're in talk. Well, I heard something about Paul George being traded to Brooklyn for like LeVert and Dinwiddie.
Man, I'm about to log off.
I just want to know. Like, I just want to know who would benefit more from that trade, Brooklyn or
Clippers.
the Clippers.
Clippers, eh?
I've been the Clippers, to be honest.
Don't get me wrong.
Those guys are solid.
Don't get me wrong.
Those are team guys.
Paul George might be like a failure in the playoffs. So like this point of his career, but like I think he'd be okay on Brooklyn with Kyrie and KD. I think he'd be okay.
It's less pressure.
Less pressure, and he'd be in the East, so he probably he's not playing LeBron. He's not playing anybody really in the East. Like sure Jimmy Butler, but yeah.
He's also on a revenge tour to get his 2K rating back.
You say 96?
Yeah, he's guaranteed.
Wait, he's a 96.
He said
No.
95 in 2022, 96
he's
in
88.
2023.
He's 88, and he's one point higher than Jamal Murray, who's 87.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yep.
The 2K rating thing is like another. I don't think Jimmy Butler's on 93, but
that's hate.
It is what it is.
Yeah, he's not. Jimmy Butler's not nice either.
So
that's crazy. But
so my thoughts on that is I think it would actually benefit Brooklyn more. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at a player like Kyrie and KD as your top two players, like Kyrie, if he feels like Paul George is not making shots, he's just going to dominate the game, take over the game himself. Like he's the point guard. Like Paul George, you just stand in the corner, and me and KD will do all the work. Like
play defense.
Your job is to defend, and once I give you the ball, that's when you shoot. Okay, like what for the Clippers, they relied on him to make some shots, and I probably okay. Here's where I'm wrong. I wouldn't tell him to go to the corner because he hit the side of the backboard. I tell him to go to the 45 and just stand there until we're ready.
You guys are gonna make me like start cheering for Paul George and hope.
Why? Don't do it.
MVP
It's
season. No, don't do it. The slander is actually crazy right now.
No, bro, these are all everything
But
that
the man
people
is a
say.
great
He created
NBA
it for
player.
himself.
Yeah, he created it for himself.
So MJ, just to get back to what you said about pressure, a guy, if he's a great NBA player, like he's an all-star, guys like him shouldn't be in pressure type situations. Like they shouldn't have that feeling of less pressure.
Yeah, in Brooklyn he wouldn't have it.
But guys like
exactly.
that, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter.
You think it's hard to play in New York as an athlete or in LA as an athlete?
No, but I'm not saying
it's not the Knicks,
saying New
though.
York.
It's
It's not the Knicks.
Yeah,
It's Brooklyn. Brooklyn is still
York.
the baby team.
But
to
like
that city.
everyone
Like, it's
is
not-
focused on what Durant and Kyrie are gonna do on that team more than because they haven't played yet. So everyone's just excited about them. No one's really gonna be paying attention to Paul George. If he stays on the Clippers, everyone's gonna be paying attention to Paul George right now.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, to me, that's a cop out for guys like if you're such a talented guy. That's those things of like no pressure, and to me that's a cop out. You're an all-star. Like you just gotta play. Just hoop. Just gotta hoop.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's just gonna be. I just feel bad for him if he stays on the Clippers and then they allow fans into the arenas because like, can you imagine what's gonna happen to like him and Patrick Beverly if they go to Portland? Can you imagine like going to Denver for a home game to see like the fans that will be there, even if it's limited amount of fans, like those shirts, those signs, it's gonna be some like your revenge tour got to be serious. Don't just talk about it for a 2K rating. You gotta show out to these people's home arenas and play lights out. Like, and you're playing them like three times a season. Like it's gonna be something. But speaking of people that is on a little tour, Pat Riley's a little salty, and he
we need a Jermaine on this one, man.
he wanted to let everybody know that there's an asterisk beside the Lakers championship win this season because Bam and Dragic were both injured.
Not trying to hear that at all.
So
how many championships would have an asterisk then if we're talking about
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He must have Sean, he must have thought that the Raptors last season, he must have thought that was an asterisk.
This is a double asterisk.
Bro, everything.
Definitely.
Bro, like you can go back to every single year, and every single year the championship team has been aided by some sort of injury to their opponents or the opponents that they didn't play because they lost. So like every single year that happens. So I mean, happens, bro. And
It happens. It's a part of the game. I mean,
staying healthy is literally a superstar trait. So I don't know why this guy is like complaining about.
It's just why now? Like he's how old is he? Like 75? Like
something like that. He never talks. That's why it's
been
so
around
weird.
the league, man. How are you? That's like a rookie excuse. Honestly, that's like what I expect someone new to say. I wouldn't expect the Pat Riley to make that excuse. Like that's what a fan would say. If I'm being honest.
He's just salty because the Lakers beat him.
It's LeBron.
I mean,
he has
that's
a hate. He has a hate for LeBron. So like
he does. Yeah.
He has a really strong hate for LeBron.
So he's still never gotten over that
he came
situation,
out.
Huh?
He came out and said that like, what do you say?
That he'll never win like ever again. Like once he left Miami.
Oh
that was Cleveland.
Cleveland guy said that, but
I think they both. Hold on, actually no.
I don't think Pat Riley said that.
Nah.
He's a very salty old man.
I don't know what
you guys are asleep.
I think Pat Riley said something like Miami will win a ring before he does. Something like that. It was something along that lines. Not that he would never win a ring again. It was like
Miami would win.
Yeah.
After he left back.
Bro, he said like I don't remember what he said, but like basically he was saying that like he'll never forgive LeBron kind of stuff, you know. He's saying like stuff like that. I remember the exact. He was
gonna retire, but after LeBron left, he made it a mission to stay and so he can like build a team to beat LeBron. But he did yesterday. He did yesterday say that like
origin story.
He did say yesterday that LeBron is the greatest player.
Yeah, he did.
In the NBA. So it's okay.
Remember, right?
Brink of retirement.
Just the whole room is just pictures of LeBron just dunking and the darts.
That was Pat Riley's. That's Pat Riley's Joe Budden tactic, where he goes, "Let me start with I love you. I think we got the power to grow," and then just go on and just continue dissing him after that. It was like, I said he was the best player in the NBA right now, but guess what? There's an asterisk beside it. If Dragic was on LeBron, he wouldn't have scored. If it would have been something. But
that's crazy,
salty,
man.
It's okay.
That's great.
It is what it is.
Like,
he's upset.
What he's saying is not incorrect. Dragic was the highest scorer on the team prior to the injury, prior to the finals, and Bam was the leading rebounder on the team. Those are correct. Yeah, those are correct statements. But
we're not living.
Bam also had most assists too, actually.
Did he say that Miami would have won if healthy though, or did he just say?
He said it would have won 7 games. It would have won a strong 7 games. That's what he said.
Okay.
But he didn't say who was going to win at the end of that. He just said it would have been 7 games, and then that's it. He left it at that. Yeah,
it went 6. It went 6. So like,
he said it.
It's okay for him to say that.
He made it sound. The way how I pictured it when I read it was that he looked at the reporter and said, "It's going to be a strong 7 games." And we would have beat that team, but edit that part out, okay?
You're right. It just ended at that. But you know there was more to it.
Those exclusive comments are gonna come out when Jordan puts out The Last Dance too, and they go to Pat Riley.
He needs to.
All right. So NBA, they said projected that the amount that they thought that they were going to be bringing in this year and what they actually brought in, they missed by $1.5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's understandable why, because you moved to the bubble and pretty much everything else was just a TV deal. But do you think that if they have to do it again next year, that they can survive another bubble?
Yes.
Nope. They 100%. They won't.
Yes.
Why do you think they wouldn't?
Listen, I don't think. Listen, in terms of money, it'll be really tough because next season, I mean, with this, think about how much they spent on the bubble. $200 million just for that, and you already and we have to factor in China as well. They lost, but China, that was a big revenue loss in China. With everything going on in China.
Didn't they start broadcasting games again though during the finals?
Just the final, yeah.
My uncle said it did, like right at the end, like the finals. But that wasn't a lot of recoup. That wasn't a lot of money
back. But
It wasn't as
still got a lot of money back,
much
bro.
as you think. It wasn't as much as you think.
But they would have lost billions of dollars.
There would have been
they
more
did.
than that.
They did.
They lost $1 billion.
They did. They lost.
They lost
They
$1
did.
billion. They lost
They would have
1.5,
lost
but it
billions
would've
of dollars
been-
if
it
they didn't
would've
come
been
back,
more
bro.
than that.
It's gonna be hard. I mean, they just have to figure out.
NBA
It'll
is
be
fine.
hard. It'll be hard next year.
The NBA is a global sport. The NBA is fine.
If they start the bubble at playoffs, and instead of the extra seeding games, that increases their chances, right? That was like a whole, like how long the preseason and then the seeding games, and then they have to do the extra teams. I think it's going to be a reduced bubble if they have to do it again, because I doubt they'll do it for the whole league. I think they're just going to do it for the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So I think if they do it that way,
probably
it cuts your costs down, but significantly, right?
Yeah.
Plus, they can make adjustments, learning from the first bubble that can like make you more efficient, make things.
Yeah.
But the thing I'll say towards that essay is that they needed to do the extra games because that secured the TV deal. If they didn't do those extra games, they wouldn't have hit the number that they had to do to get to that TV deal number, the guaranteed TV deal.
There was a quarter that they had basically.
So you're saying this next round they'd have to do the same amount of games?
They're contracted for their TV deals. There's a contract of how much games has to be displayed, right?
I think
so. If they don't hit those numbers, then they can null and void the full contract for that season. So NBA had to do those 8 games to hit that number. I think it's something like 7. It's like 65 to 70 games, something like that.
Yeah.
But they have to hit that number in order to get the full TV deal.
But they can do that in the regular season next year and then just have the playoffs.
I think that's why they're looking at the shorter season of 72, because that guarantees the TV deal amount, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I think the way the NBA did it this year, I think they were fine. They had the bubble with no COVID. I think they lost a bunch of money, but I think in the long run they're gonna be fine because they've put a project on the floor. Everyone was safe. Like everyone bought into the bubble, and then on top of that, the whole the eight game stuff that was exciting. Like that stuff that put light onto Devin Booker. Like that put light onto Dame Lillard. That also even the playing game they had, that was sick. And and there also talks about them having the playing game as well. But you know how CEBL, I don't know if you guys know but CEBL did this thing where it's called like an Epson rule or whatever. Like, okay, so basically the same thing that they did in the All-Star game. With
where you had that target score.
Target score, yeah. So they think about putting that as well into the mix for the playing games as well. So like all that stuff is exciting. It brings in new fans. Yeah. And it brings in casual fans in the NBA. And it's not the regular fans that grow the NBA. It's the casual fans. It's the fanatics that grow the NBA, right? So I think the NBA is in great hands. Like I don't know, like I'm looking at everything and they lost 1.5 billion or they didn't recoup that back or whatever, but going further, they'll be fine. Like just like how football will always be fine because football is the only sport that freaking owns a day. Yeah. You know, like they'll always be fine. NBA is a global sport. They will be fine unless friggin' I don't know what would derail the NBA because like
it'd have to be something catastrophic.
Like I don't know what would like I don't know, but like that's something where they're global, bro. Like they'll survive for sure.
All right, last thing before we get to coaches thing. So Raptors potentially will be moving their home games to Kentucky next season. What?
I think they shut that down.
They shut it down.
They shut it down
because all the Breonna Taylor.
Raptors said that they're not playing there.
All right. There was like a next report that came out. But they're going to be playing in the States. They're going to be playing their home game in the U.S., just like how Toronto Blue Jays are playing in Buffalo.
Right? Yeah.
So
I think Buffalo makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the Raptors as well. I think Buffalo makes more sense just because it's close to the border.
It's closer, yeah.
So like I think that makes sense. I mean, I don't know where else you can have that kind of stuff.
I'll go to the Laker game if it's in Buffalo. Yeah?
Yeah, but you can't get over the border.
Yeah, how you do that?
I'm going to the
He's just gonna somehow. He's probably gonna take a boat
Get your bail money
and
ready.
take cargo. I will take go on the cargo.
Secure coyote and everything.
This guy's gonna map out where the fences are. What tools? Like he's probably gonna prep it from now. He's gonna go down to the border and start looking around now. Next.
If you're a really good swimmer, you could just swim across
Niagara.
the lake.
Man is wild. People have tried that.
You know how long of a swim that is?
Didn't somebody try that and got?
Yeah, it's actually a felony if that bothers you. If not, I mean, let's get the GoFundMe for this guy's bail.
But all right. So, Coach, you're up.
Got it. Okay, cool. First things first. Make sure y'all can hear me. So we're gonna do this little fun little thing. So y'all have been like aware of that whole 10-finger challenge stuff. Y'all ever seen that?
No, what is that 10-finger challenge? I haven't seen that.
So very simple. I'm gonna play something. Hopefully y'all can hear it. But I'm gonna play it, and you're gonna put your 10 fingers up like this.
Yeah.
And then everything they say, it's like it basically put a finger down. So we'll say like put a finger down if whatever, and we'll see who has the most fingers up at the end.
All right.
If you've done this type of thing, put one finger down. Yeah.
So never have I ever kind of.
Basically.
Put a finger down, basketball edition. Put a finger down if you've ever dunked. Put a finger down if you've ever crossed somebody up. Put a finger down if you've ever gotten a buzzer beater. Put a finger down if you've ever fouled out of a game. Put a finger down if the ref had to stop the game because you needed to tie your shoe. Put a finger down if you ever scored for the wrong team, or almost did. Put a finger down if you've ever knocked into a ref. Put a finger down if you've ever gotten an N1.
Oh, yeah.
Put a finger down if you've ever gotten crossed up. Put a finger down if you ever got injured from basketball. Put a finger down if basketball isn't the only sport you play. Put a finger down if you've ever gotten knocked in the head with a ball. Put a finger down if you've ever tripped. Put a finger down if you've ever gotten a technical foul. And last but not least, put a finger down if basketball is your favorite sport.
Damn.
So I got
two?
one. You got two, I got one.
I got none.
Yeah, I got none.
None.
Then I got two?
None.
Damn, none.
None.
That's such a broad line of questioning.
And the one for me was the technical foul. I've never gotten a technical foul.
I'm
too nice.
My whole band down.
I'm too nice. I just take it. I'm like, all right. I guess I fouled him. My bad.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
I know. In my mind, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I know I did it. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy in that commercial that's like, "Yo, coach." Remember the guy? He's like, "Yo, coach."
It was off me. It was off me.
It was off me, coach. I'm not that dude.
That's the worst.
Right,
that's wild.
In basketball
history. Okay. All right.
Sick.
Next one. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this is most likely to. So basically, I'm gonna read something off, and then you're gonna write down who you think on the panel is most likely to do that or have that done or whatever. You can't put yourself.
Names?
Yeah, and show your name. Yeah.
We already wrote these out, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You can't say yourself, right? First one. Most likely to miss an episode.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Ready? You got Sean, you got SA, MJ. I got Fanfare as well.
Yeah.
Sean for sure. For sure that's Sean.
I got Joseph.
Wow.
Joseph.
It's like that. Yo.
I got Joseph.
I got.
I swear MJ has the most missed episodes.
Nah. I don't.
Nah, he doesn't.
It's not Dewayne.
No, it's not me. I've only missed three.
It might be Joe. It might be
Only missed
Joe.
three.
For his newly budded stuff that he got going on right now.
Yeah, talks with the chatterbox is way more important than the chat room once it got launched, I tell you.
I'm on the same podcast.
Yo.
I know, that's why it's between the two of you.
God, you hear they're saying, bro, this is crazy,
Yo, the slanderous.
And as much as I try to help these guys out, they don't come back on my podcast.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, next one.
Jokes. All right, next one.
What kind of game is this, Coach?
Hey, man. All right, most likely
to have a sleepover.
To have a sleepover? What the fuck, man?
It's only Dewayne. Only Dewayne.
Come on, man. Don't do that.
Okay.
Jokes.
Most likely to instigate a fight.
Instigate a fight?
Instigate a fight.
Oh.
Most likely to instigate a fight.
It's not even a question.
Can't put yourself on there.
That one's easy, yo.
What? Wait. Yo, Senator, I appreciate that, man.
I've seen the man I've seen the man try to fight his own teammate, but he instigated. Yeah,
I wasn't instigating the fight though.
You said you got up in the man's face and you turned to me and said, "I'm not gonna swing. I have to wait for him to swing first." So yes.
Wow.
You guys really think I would instigate a fight?
Yeah.
Boy, you have, man.
That's crazy.
Literally, someone could do a compilation of all the instigation you did
on the pod.
Be 2 episodes.
Yo, you trying to instigate one with me today? Because I'm not Jamaican.
Yo, listen. My mama told me that Guyanese people are no good, bro. That's all.
Oh my God.
I know. I was just raised that way.
See?
If there's any Guyanese viewers, I apologize. I'll just
Yo, some of my family in Toronto are Guyanese. Chill out.
I already apologize.
All my family's Guyanese. They watch this. Some trouble coming your way.
There we go. The McGlory episode is done now.
Why you?
we ain't getting that.
Next one. We got next
21 drip.
What's the next one?
Most likely to die first in a zombie apocalypse.
Oh shoot.
Can't put yourself.
Wow. Okay. This guy's dissing. This guy's dissing.
I can see Joseph still because he'll be the Latifah.
Who you got, Joe?
All right, so everyone
MJ, yo.
so we gotta say who it is for the audio listeners.
Oh yeah,
MJ.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So
I got Senator. I got Senator.
All right.
He's coming off an injury. Joseph.
Damn.
Bro.
Yo, I changed my answer.
See what I mean? This is why I picked MJ, bro.
I changed my answer.
And that's an instigation.
I changed.
Yo.
I'm not in no cast anymore. I'm good. Like.
All right. Most likely to go on a killing spree after a bad day.
Oh, come on.
What kind of question?
All right, let's skip that question. Let's skip that.
Yo, don't do that. MJ, don't do that. MJ, don't do that.
Hell yeah.
MJ, that's not true, man. That's not true.
Man,
yes.
I'm a nice guy, man. Don't do that.
That's not the question, though.
Yo, what?
Damn.
I am a very calm individual.
All right, okay, all right.
Man, I can't do that to you guys. I can't do that to you.
Next one. All right, ready? Most likely to be involved in a 300+ message debate at 2 a.m.
Oh.
Wait, a what?
Shit.
A 300 what?
Plus message debate at 2 a.m.
That's Coach.
Okay.
That's Coach all the way.
That's Francis.
There's only
That's
one
Francis.
Francis.
That's Francis.
Don't put my name. Hey,
That's cool.
I've
I've woken up to those 300+ messages.
Yeah, I know.
Bro,
Yo, I remember.
300 ain't even the average.
It's not. It's like 5 to 700.
I remember him and Dane going back and forth, and then Coach had the nerve to ask me, "Aren't you seeing the chat?" No, it reached like 400. Like
Everyone's sleeping, bro. It's like 3 a.m.
All right.
Listen, I'm in bed by 11 o'clock, bro.
Yo,
Cut it out, bro.
He
All right,
instigates and then goes to bed.
I'm saying.
All right. Most likely to help a friend bury a dead body.
Help a friend.
I think Senator.
Why did you say it's in such a foreign way, bro?
I think Senator.
It's between Joseph and Senator for me.
I think Senator.
Damn, that's a tough one.
I got Senator as well.
I put Dewayne. MJ, who you got?
He wouldn't be happy helping me, but he would be cussing me the whole time. But
Cussing the whole way.
yeah. I can't believe you got me doing this shit. I gotta edit the pod, and you have me burying this dead body.
Okay, all right.
Yo, as long as it's not a Wednesday or a Sunday.
As long as it's not a Wednesday.
I gotta record the not so soft, man. Like,
Wow.
All right. Most likely to become a sugar daddy.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this, but Dewayne, I got you.
I don't know why. I just felt right.
Y'all are wild.
Everybody chose Dewayne.
Y'all got me messed up, man.
I talked him into a few drinks before too, bro. It's easy with that guy.
Okay, all right. Most likely to become famous for something stupid.
That's a tough one. That's a tougher one.
Joseph.
Joseph.
What?
Joseph.
I got Joseph as well.
I can see him doing something wild and crazy, and then all of a sudden he's a household name.
I put Joseph too. It's Joseph for me.
I got Joe as well.
I can see him do something crazy, and all of a sudden we're hearing his name viral.
Yeah. I can see that.
Joseph might be the one to get famous off of this podcast for some of the wild takes that he has during the verses stuff.
Spicy takes.
People like that spice. People like the spice.
Let's see it. Those are accurate takes.
The man is a Skip Bayless of the chat room.
No, he's not. No, give Skip some respect, please.
Wow. Give Skip some.
Wow.
You can't do my homie like
that. Wow. Skip? Nah. I mean, when it comes to Paul George, yeah, definitely. I'm skipping.
Wow. Most likely to be celebrating their team winning a championship next season.
I dare you guys. I dare. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. That's what I meant to see. No, hell no. Hell no.
I'm gonna put SA.
All right, I want you guys to remember this.
Yo,
I just want you guys to remember it.
Here's the thing I want you guys to realize. You said most likely to celebrate team winning a championship. It doesn't have to be basketball. It could be, there's many other sports that I watch. So
and MJ doesn't have a team.
Yeah. Anybody that chose MJ was wrong.
I got you,
Team LeBron. Team LeBron.
I got you, MJ. I got you. All right. Most likely to set a new Guinness World Record.
What?
Oh, I know who.
You know what?
I'm gonna choose coach.
I say Sean.
I'm gonna choose coach.
Thank you.
I got Senator.
I choose coach for the most times arguing with Dane.
That's what I was.
Most consecutive times arguing with Dane. So
yeah.
I was gonna say that too.
Those two, man.
The longest WhatsApp argument, or the fastest.
Yeah. I'll jump on board with that one.
I appreciate you, Faffer. I appreciate you.
That's crazy. All right. Most likely to airball a three.
I've seen some people play. I've seen some people play, and I haven't seen some people play. I can only go off of what people say. So I'm gonna go with.
I'm gonna say Joseph because Jermaine B saying he sucks and all this stuff. So
yeah,
you crazy?
I
agree. I'm sorry, man. I saw you play. I never seen you play. So I'm going off the rumors.
Oh my, yo, I'm gonna talk to Jermaine after
No, they're saying you're not that good. So
I'm gonna talk to Jermaine after
As
this.
the one guy on
I
this
heard.
who still play.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, Dwayne.
sorry, man.
Nah,
My bad.
Dwayne.
I had Fedford still.
Oh, I actually.
I'm gonna
I
talk
heard
to
they call
Jermaine
you-
after this.
I heard they call you Air Joseph, bro.
Air Joe.
Yo.
No, I love it. I cannot wait for the gyms to open back up. Oh my god.
I'm just going off of hearsay. I have no.
That's Air Joseph.
I'm actually I can't wait for the gyms to open back
Yo.
up. I cannot wait.
Bro, you gotta show him on the hardwood, man.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Oh my.
Most
God.
likely to appear on a reality show.
Reality?
Reality show.
I'm gonna say Sean. Because I know his background. I'm gonna say
stop.
Sean. I know his background.
I'm gonna say Sean.
A
Yeah,
He's
reality
already been in
show,
that
man.
world.
Make sure you say who it is.
I'm gonna say senator.
I say
I'm gonna say senator too. Senator.
All right, I want to know
Other
why.
than myself,
I said,
I got senator.
Yeah, I'm saying Sean.
I've actually been on
Senator.
I
Yeah,
could see senator. I could see senator doing like The Bachelor or some shit. So.
I can see senator. I'm thinking Big Brother.
Yeah, something.
Big Brother Canada. I can see him and Sean on that together. I can see them on that together.
Yeah.
One of those global TV shows, bro.
I can see them on Big Brother together.
Both papers.
I can definitely see those guys on
form a
that show.
secret alliance, man.
All right.
Yo, I've never
Good
met this guy
season.
in my life.
Just say it.
All right. Most likely to get away with murder.
Get away?
Get away with murder. Yeah.
I can't put myself, right? All right.
Can't put yourself.
It's not fanfare.
I'm gonna say Senator.
Yeah, I'm saying Senator too.
I'm gonna say
To
Senator.
get away with it?
We'll get away with it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think Senator.
I'm gonna go with MJ.
The man has a personality everyone likes. So I
Yo,
think,
Senator chill, man.
I'm gonna go with MJ. I'm not gonna explain why I went with MJ, but I'm gonna go with MJ.
Damn. See, you villain MJ. That's what I'm
Sounds like
saying.
you're talking from experience.
I'll go with Senator too.
Okay, we got.
Yo, David can't get away with murder, huh?
Yeah, actually, you know what?
I think so, man. I think
Maybe that's Galloway. You know, that's probably.
Nah, he wouldn't get away with it. Yo, coach is talking.
Yo, this guy's like, that's Galloway.
Coach ain't gonna hide it.
Oh my
No, yeah,
goodness.
Francis might turn himself in right after. Yeah, I did that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
On the rooftops, yo.
I did that shit.
This man has
YMW
bad, man has
Francis.
nightmares. Waking up in cold sweats.
All right. Most likely to help an old woman cross the road.
Oh, that's me. But if it ain't me, it's definitely fanfare.
I'll go Dewayne.
Yeah.
Definitely fanfare. He's the good guy. He's the good guy, Joseph.
Thank you, Sean. See, yo.
Joseph is gonna ask for money after he gets it.
Wow.
That's
so
so
bad.
slimy. Yo, that's terrible.
That'll be
That's so
five.
slimy.
That'll be 555, ma'am.
Yeah,
Charge her per step.
So slimy.
Service.
All right.
For
Man.
sure.
The last one. Most likely to win in 2K.
You guys don't do this to yourself.
I just
Can't put
go.
I'm
myself.
gonna pick
MJ.
MJ. I'm
I'll
gonna
go
pick
MJ.
MJ.
I can't put myself still.
I'm gonna pick MJ.
for MJ.
Like,
Every time I go on my PlayStation, this guy's logged in 2K.
I feel like, yeah, I feel like
That's the
MJ
only game he
just
plays.
stays playing.
That's literally the only game he plays.
I can't vote
I'm
for
the
him.
greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest.
See, this
See,
guy.
I don't want to contribute to that. I throw away my
man. All right, well, that was our game, man.
That was
All right.
That was a good game. I liked
Appreciate
it. I
that,
enjoyed
Francis.
it.
Very, very revealing.
So I think what we should do and I'm gonna keep this in the pod, is that each week until basketball gets back, we end off on some form of game like that. Keep everyone entertained and keep the audience trying to make them choose who they think too.
Yes, sir.
So this has been the Chatroom Podcast, and we got to the point where we get to promote our social medias and anything else that we're working on. So Dewayne, we'll start with you.
My Instagram, Chaz Tannenbaum TENEMBAUM, and my Twitter is Casherin10.
Dope. MJ.
21 Drip on Instagram, and also follow Drippy Supply for merchandise.
Is there any new stuff coming out soon?
We have a new tracksuit out. Yeah, we're gonna be posting it in the next few days, actually. So just look out for that.
Dope. Essay.
You know what it is. Pro Chatterbox for my personal, and then for our podcast, me and Joseph, we got Talk to the Chatterbox, drops every Thursday, and the Instagram for that is Chatter Talks.
Dope. Coach.
You got Real Deal _Francis, and say look out for the Chatroom Podcast. Look out for the merchandise that's dropping soon. I'm working on it. We're working on it. But yeah, hopefully in the next month or so, give or take, get some merch out for y'all. So yeah, that's it.
Dope. Joseph.
Same as Sean Anthony. Another half of the podcast, Pro Talks with the Chatterbox. It's a lot. Instagram, Joseph S. or Baritone Levy, whatever you feel like typing in. And episodes come out every Thursday. And yeah, that's it.
Dope. And for me, you can follow me at The Senator. Don't forget to check out the Not So Soft podcast. Comes out every Friday. Don't forget to check out the Twitch stream. We live stream music every Sunday from 8 to late, and that's 10 to about 1, 2 Eastern time. And that is twitch.tv/SL_ENT. Don't forget to follow the podcast Instagram page at the.chatroompod. If you have any takes, if you have any questions you want to ask the group, make sure to email them to the chatroompod@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share, and rate this podcast wherever you listen to them, because we come out every Tuesday and we're going to keep consistent with it. And for those that have not checked out the Instagram page, you'll see that I've been promoting everyone's stuff, like their shows and their playlists and all that stuff. We're all going to keep contributing to certain stuff. So make sure you subscribe to everybody else's wherever you listen to them, because we are going to keep being consistent with the music and podcasts, obviously. And so this has been the Chatroom Podcast.
Before we leave, I just want to say shout out to your Falcons, bro.
So this has been the Chatroom Podcast, your favorite baller's favorite podcast, and we are out. Peace.
Easy.
Out of here, yo.
Don't know.